I'll go with your suggestion. All right, it was a good Tuesday. I thought our guys, I thought they came out and worked with a good purpose. It's good because we have a lot of the game plan that's been established there towards the end of last week. We kind of refined a few things, making sure that the efficiency and the consistency of all the things we're asking our guys to do, where they can go out there and play fast, trust their eyes. I thought they handled some of those adjustments well, and I thought all in all it was a good work day. Got some good special teams work. I like the trends that we're seeing there, from our best players and the impact that they're working to make. There's some explosive plays both sides of the ball, but I thought guys came with the right attitude today, and we just got to continue to get better as the week goes on. Building up Saturday.
Seems like you have more confidence in Mark Heston, and Mark Heston has more confidence in himself. Is that you've seen that in camp?
Mark Heston's had he's had a good, a really good camp, and I like the position he's put himself in. Today we had some moments that we're going to be able to coach off of, and I give him an opportunity to respond. Had a couple missed opportunities, but I like what I've seen. I think he's got an incredible future here. He's put himself in a position to help impact this team, and so I'm excited to see him play.
Talked about the depth, the overall talent of the roster improvement. How does that help the scout team and the guys you're able to put in those roles?
Well, no, it's great, and I actually talked to the team right after practice. I thought the guys that are on those look squads, those scout teams, I thought they did a nice job today. And we try to still have good on good work, and we work crossover parts in practice just to keep that speed. And even though there might be just minor tweaks to what we're doing offensively, defensively, it's still our the plays we're trying to run, and so everybody can still get better fundamentally. But then when we do break up into scouts, and it's just wholeheartedly a focus on Duquesne, I thought those guys they did a really nice job with their effort, working their fundamentals, and continuing to get better throughout the course of the day.
Can Johnny be a dominant receiver?
I believe so. I mean, he's got great size, great speed. Catches the ball, has big, great catch radius. He possesses the qualities that you want, and I think he's done a really, really good job here in fall camp and preparing himself for this game week. And had some incredible plays today, and excited to where he's going.
Do you have a discussion with him, like, hey man, you could be awesome? Like, do you have to have that kind of mindset discussion with him? Does he have that mindset already?
I mean, our guys have that approach, and he's not the only one that I think can be awesome. He's it's part of it. You'll be awesome if you prepare yourself and you go perform at that level in a consistent basis. And I think that's what we've seen as fall camp's gone through. He's been consistent making the great plays. And that's where, when you look at that receiver room, I mean, guys have had some great flashes and great moments. It's about continuing to stack the consistency of it. But I'm really excited about what I'm seeing from that group.
How do you think you guys were able to have such a pretty high hit rate on transfer? Like, it seems like
evaluation is key.
How hard is that in that transfer window?
It's I mean, you get to know young men, and our approach of building that relationship. We're very transparent of what we expect, and we do a lot of research on the other end of it for just past experiences. And you look at the guys that we've been able to bring in, even this 2 years ago, this last year. Heck, even when I first got here, it was good seeing Jason Corbin score a touchdown last night. But I mean, when you find guys that they're looking for opportunity, and if it fits a need that we have or an opportunity to make our team better, it's still about getting the right young men and putting them in a position to showcase their skills and talents. And I love the group that we've been able to bring in. I'm really excited about the freshman group that we've been able to get, and just the things that they've shown. But evaluation is everything in all of sports, and you got to know what you're looking for, and then how that's going to transition. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to hit on every guy, but if you're true to those characteristics, and you find through building those relationships, guys with the right heart, the right mind, and the passion to go out there and be great, you're gonna see that growth and development.
So is that more important to figure out than the talent?
Well, I mean, it takes talent to play this game. I mean, but there's very talented players that might not have some of those other characteristics, within or built with him. And then you see guys change and develop. I mean, we've had guys that have been here, for 3 years, and maybe that first year they just didn't have it all figured out, but they were willing They were willing to evaluate where they were and where they wanted to go, and they made some changes. So with the transfers, you can't miss. And you got to make sure you get the right guys. And that's where I tell our staff, and it's something that I hold true, is like, we're setting a standard of how we're going to operate here at Florida State. We've talked about that foundation that's been built. We can't go and get somebody that's going to operate outside of that standard. And so it's important that we get the right guys, and I think we've done a nice job in doing that.
What kind of role do you envision Deuce Spann having this year?
Hopefully a big one. Like, he is a very explosive player. I think that it was good getting him out. He'd kind of been limited a little bit here this last week. Today he was full go, and you saw him make some of those some of those flash plays, and he's continuing to grow and develop. He's only played the position for a little over a year. I think the sky's the limit for him as well, and I'm excited for Saturday to see how he's going to be able to make an impact on the game, and his future ahead.
With Akeem, was just the consistency the biggest thing in terms of like taking that next step?
Yeah, and you look at Akeem and his journey. It's not a whole lot of fun. Corner, safety, corner. All the different. As we were able to help get him to the position that we felt was best for him, and his buy-in in that too. It's been fun just to watch his confidence grow, and the consistent play, the understanding, the communication. Akeem's a playmaker. He's great in coverage, but now you see him in a different role, and he's just flourished. And we've kept him there. He's embraced that change, and I think he's got a chance to be a great player here this year.
How rewarding is it as a coach when you have touting about game here before you got here with people and
Well, we talk about that growth, and we talk about guys that are willing to make investment and to evaluate where they were, but also obviously where they wanted to go. And I think we've seen incredible strides with Akeem, and I'm so proud of him for the man that I'm seeing, the player that I'm seeing. He's just it's exciting, and I hope he has a great year ahead, because he's definitely put in a lot of work, and you've seen him mature in his time here at Florida State, and I think he's got a great future in front.
With Azareye'h, he made so many plays at the beginning of camp, and then today it looked like he and Johnny had some good battles at one-on-one. How important is that for him? How important is that for Johnny to get looks like that from somebody like Azareye'h?
It's great, and you see a true freshman. You just that reminder. You look, you see him out there, and it's like sometimes you forget that he's just the competitiveness, that edge that he brings. He's a big body corner, and that was one of the things we were excited. But you see the ball skills, being able to have those quick reactions. Johnny got him a couple times, but he won his battles too today, and so that was that competition and is always fun to see. And I think we have a lot of guys. Renardo Green that's definitely showing up. Duke Cooper. Those are those battles that you want to see between receivers and defensive backs. And there's gonna be times you're gonna get beat, but it's how you respond on the next play. What lesson did you learn, and how can you apply it moving forward? And for a freshman, his maturity level in that is what I think makes him really, really good.
I'm sure nobody wants to put on the scouting jersey initially, but do you have to explain to them how important those reps will be for them down the road, as opposed to maybe being third or fourth team?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's everybody wants the immediate gratification, and there's no player that probably sits in there and thinks that. Most of our guys view themselves in a pretty good light, and it's about work, it's about performance. Sometimes their perspectives is different than our perspective of what's needed, but ultimately, we're going to play the best guys, and we're going to play guys that we think give us the best opportunity to win. And sometimes talent, you sit there and you look at it, you got to have the talent that works together within a team, and it's whether it's details, fundamentals, putting themselves in the best position, and some guys just need to grow. It's not I know we've talked about it throughout the last few days, just to go look at all of the All-Americans that are up on that wall, the first round draft picks, that the beginning of their journey it wasn't jump in and, hey, I'm a superstar. That happens to a handful of them. But a lot of guys got to grow, and they've got to develop. And so just embracing that opportunity was great. Io actually came up to me after practice and goes, "Coach, how's that look?" And I was like, well, I like seeing a big human being go and give full effort, working on technique and fundamentals on somebody that needs to grow up and learn the fundamentals. And so it's like if you bring that approach, you're going to have a great future.
He's gonna be something. I mean, I know he can't play the shooter, but he's.
Oh, sure. I mean, we got some stages in front of us, but I'm sure glad I get to coach him.
Real good.
All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.